What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today I've got some more ProRevenge stories for you which are gonna blow your mind, trust me. Don't scam a bot developer. Hello, this is my first ever post here, and it might not be the best, but I just thought I'd share it. I develop bots for people on Discord, a chat platform for those who somehow don't know. One day I checked for hiring in a developer server and saw a job of making a simple bot for a cafe group. I messaged the owner and got the job. I coded the bot the next day and waited for a response from the owner. It turns out that the owner was taking a break from Discord, so about a week later, when she was finally back, she DM'd me and I fixed the final bug and showed them the bots. Right away, they said, "Thank you for the bots, have a great day," took away my admin role in the server and blocked me. However, it didn't occur to her that I might be able to give myself admin with the bot. I immediately set the permissions that everyone gets on join to administrator. I'm an admin in a bigger Discord server with about 300 members. I mentioned everyone and told them to join this server, and of course they noticed they have admin. Within 10 minutes the server is completely destroyed. I haven't seen their reaction since I left the server, but I bet they will never scam anyone ever again. Holy heck, yeah, I'm gonna say that is just about justified. It's bordering on a little too much revenge, guys. But yeah, you know what? Someone said to you that you're gonna get paid for doing this work on their server, and then just, you know, you do the work, then you get blocked. It's a horrible thing to do, first of all. I don't know if what you did was a little bit overboard, guys. You be the judge of that. Let me know down below if you think this was a little bit too much revenge. But for me, I totally get why you would do this, OP. I'll be honest, guys. In the past, on my own Discord server, I've had a couple of server raids, and they are not very nice. I can tell you that for free. But a justified server raid, now that I can get behind a little bit more. Before we move on to the second story, I might as well plug my channel's Discord. It's in the description below, in the pinned comment. We now have nearly 10,000 members, guys, all chatting every single day. And by the way, I've got to say, my mod and admin team is amazing. Thank you to those guys for doing what they do. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and join it, I'll be in there live as soon as this video is posted. So come along and join. The link is down below, as I said. Now, moving on to our next story. Break my phone, you'll pay for the damage. Hello, wonderful people of Reddit. I have a lot of time to myself today. My friend/employer is taking the kids out for a walk, and I decided to post my own personal story of revenge here after my friend suggested it. She also insisted on helping with my username, so thanks for that. You/the male Mary Poppins is the username. Not sure what to think about that, but pretty cool. Now, I was always the kid people picked on at school. The girls would spread rumors about me, and the boys would harass me non-stop. See, I'd always known that I wanted to be a nanny. I loved babysitting and looking after kids, so it seemed like a natural career choice for me. Now the username is making a little bit more sense. I made the mistake of telling this to a girl who I thought was my friend, and she proceeded to tell everyone at school. As this was perceived as feminine, I instantly became the target for bullies. There was one boy who loved to terrorize me. I'll call him Jack for the sake of the story. Jack was awful. He would follow me home whilst throwing things at me, vandalize my schoolwork, call me disgusting names, steal my stuff, cut my hair in class, etc. I was terrified of him. It got to the point, wait, Han, I've just realized, Jack, no, it can't be me, can it? I hope it's not me, Jesus. Anyway, it got to the point where I couldn't sleep from the fear of having to deal with him at school the next day. I blame him and his friends for the anxiety I had, and still somewhat have to this day. Yeah, guys, by the way, this definitely isn't me, just a coincidence. I reached breaking point not long after Christmas when I was 15. My family never had a lot of money, but we got by. My mum had saved for ages in order to buy me my first phone. Now, it wasn't the newest model, but I didn't care. I was so grateful to have my first phone, and a little guilty that my mum had gone without her new Christmas outfit and had put off fixing her own phone to buy it for me. Once the schools went back after Christmas break, Jack found out about my phone. He took it from me and proceeded to read through my messages, making fun of me for the lack of contacts and telling my mum I loved her. Then threw it to the floor and stomped on it in front of his friends. I was furious, upset and devastated. This idiot had destroyed something that my mum had worked so hard to buy for me. So I started planning my revenge. I knew through the grapevine that Jack's mum was a stay-at-home mum. His dad had a well-paid job and his mother was quite happy to stay at home with the kids, 4-year-old twin girls. I also knew, however, that she didn't get to go out much as Jack would flat out refuse to babysit, and she was pretty picky when it came to who was allowed to look after her kids. I used to babysit her friend's little boy and was pretty good at it, if I do say so myself. However, for my plan to work, I had to babysit Jack's siblings. I made a few comments here and there to the little boy's mum about wanting to get a few more babysitting jobs so I could save up some money for my mum's upcoming birthday. As luck would have it, the lady recommended me to Jack's mum, since it had been so long since she'd been able to go out with the girls. For the next few weeks, I'd go to Jack's house with the other little boy I was babysitting and look after his little sisters. Despite Jack's awful attitude, his family were all pretty nice. His little sisters were an absolute joy to look after. Jack wasn't usually in the house, but when he was, I could see that it killed him to have to be civil to me. His mum would have flipped out if he'd been horrible to me in front of her or his little sisters. They'd have quickly ratted him out. Once I decided enough time had passed, I put my plan into action. See, Jack was one of those creepy kids that like to brag about his adult magazine stash in his bedroom. I've got to stress again, guys, this is definitely not me. This made him cool to his friends. I never understood why, to be honest. Anyways, every time I'd babysit and put the little ones to bed, I'd sneak into his bedroom and search around. I know this is a massive invasion of privacy, but I was a stupid 15-year-old kid and I couldn't take his bullying anymore. I eventually found his stash and made a mental note that they were in a bag in his closet. I'd been observant those few weeks, so I knew that Jack's mum and dad had an unopened bottle of vodka in the fridge. They didn't drink a lot and it was only for when they were going to parties. One night, once the little ones were asleep and Jack was out with his friends, I went to the fridge, opened the bottle of alcohol and tipped about a quarter of it down the sink. His parents could afford to buy a new one, by the way. If they couldn't, I'd never have done it. Then I snuck up to Jack's bedroom and hid the bottle in the same bag as his stash. His parents found out about it not too long later, and after Jack accused me of taking it, they showed up at my door. They weren't angry because they still didn't know who had taken it, so they asked me some questions. I denied everything but was polite and even offered to help them look for it in case it had been misplaced. They thanked me but told me that it was fine, they'd find it. And oh boy, did they find it. I was called over the next day to take the little ones to the park for an hour or so in order for them to have a talk with Jack. They didn't like arguing in front of the twins, it had frightened them. When I got back, Jack was in his bedroom. If the noises were anything to go by, he was crying. It turns out that he'd ratted himself out. His parents found the bottle of alcohol in his room along with his adult magazines. His mother hated anything like that as she found it to be degrading to women. She humiliated him by gossiping to the neighbors about his unhealthy obsession with sex. He denied everything and accused me of planting the alcohol there. When asked why I'd do that, he ratted himself out by saying that it was payback for him breaking my phone. His parents flipped out. They'd had no idea their son was such a bully. They took away his phone, grounded him, and made him sell his games console to pay to get my phone fixed. I'd been saving up the money myself for a few weeks. His face when they made him hand me the money will stay with me forever. His parents questioned me about the bullying, eventually informing my mum as well. I'd hidden it from her and told her I'd dropped my phone. He got into a lot of trouble at school after a few other kids came forward about the bullying they'd endured at the hands of Jack and his friends. A few of them, including Jack, got suspended. Jack's parents even made him go to the door to apologize to the people he tormented. I was reluctant to take the money at first as it was way over the amount it would cost to get my phone fixed. So his parents compromised and told me to take enough to at least cover the repair cost. Needless to say, with the phone repair covered, I managed to get my mum an awesome birthday gift. Oh, well, dude, that is amazing to hear. You know, I'm really happy for you that you did something that it wasn't really that bad, let's be honest. Like, compared to the first story, where the revenge was pretty severe, this was quite innocent, let's be honest. Of all things considered, it really wasn't too bad on Jack, and he got the justice that was deserved. I don't like that he's got my name, and he's giving all Jacks a bad name, but hey, we can get past that. I tell you what is so good about this story is that you knew that there was going to be no immediate impact for what you did. You know, it probably took their parents a little bit of time to work out, you know, where is that bottle of vodka that we have? And then to work out, you know, could it be Jack? Could it be someone else? You know, you going and asking you if it was you on the day, you know, that sort of thing. Then, when they found out that it was probably Jack, asking him, then searching his room, finding that he actually has, a stash of bad magazines. Well, not bad, but sex magazines. Then and only then do you finally get that reward when Jack admits to breaking your phone and then admits to, being a bully. And then you get that reward of him getting suspended and their parents finding out that he is actually, quite a bad kid, let's be honest. So yeah, really well thought out, not as severe as the first story. And yeah, the karma was completely deserved. Honestly, it's just such a perfect revenge. It's really innocent, but it gets the job done so well. It's just a really nice revenge. I really like this. Nothing more I can say. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you want more revenge stories right away, then trust me, click the video on screen right now. The stories in that video are some of the best revenge stories I've ever read. They're really complicated, but also amazing payoffs at the end of them. Trust me, if you want more revenge, that is the video to click on right away. If not, just make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notifications on if you like, so you never miss out on one of my daily Reddit videos.